Right,
They
I
was
get that.
already here. Every idea, every thought already been here. We create new ones from time to time, but they be the same old ones remade into some new shit. And we choose from all the ones that are already here. And the oldest ones, for some reason we
Right.
like the oldest ones more, because if the older it is, the better it is. The more wise, I guess, it is.
Man, what's that? What do they say?
Interesting.
With age
Straight
comes.
from your
Very interesting.
Oh yeah, you get in the car with a 40-year-old, or you get in the car with a 6-year-old. Who's going to probably drive better?
the 6-year-old that drove his whole short life versus the 50-year-old that never drove and never seen a car before ever.
6-year-old
No,
can't
Depends.
even see the windshield, man.
hey,
Come on now.
How about if the 6-year-old has been playing these racing games with gas pedals and brakes, and then
I
they
just was about
really
to say the same thing.
That's what I
I was
said.
gonna say
That's
it
why it doesn't
depends on
matter,
what
right?
6-year-old you put in that car, because it's 6-year-olds that drive on GTA all the time.
Yeah, driving on video games is a little bit different than driving in real life, though, bro.
That's what I'm
Go, hold
saying.
on.
You can't
The
Okay,
reach the pedals.
simulation,
You can't
the
shift.
okay.
simulation.
In third world countries, they be letting them little kids drive.
It's limited.
Hey, I would think that, but it's a lot of people hopped in the car and for the first time just knew how to drive that motherfucker. Driving the car is
Yeah,
not like a hard thing.
You can have you can
it's
have
like
that
in the
60-year-old jump in the driver's seat and have a seizure right there and crash y'all.
I'm gonna drive, man. I'm gonna
No,
drive.
it just take
I'm not a
it
driver,
take
so
about an hour to learn how to drive a car, especially if you
I'm not
persistent.
I ain't gonna hold you.
I
I
get
ain't
driven.
gonna hold
Man,
you,
don't
bro.
even hold us at all, bro. Don't even talk to us.
Hold this, man. Here, put this in your pocket, creator. Here. Hold this, creator. I got you, man.
I
Don't
ain't
worry
gonna
about it.
hold you
Got
niggas,
you,
bro.
man.
I highly advise smoke after
What up?
work. Highly advise. Highly advise. I can feel the back of me catching up to the front of me, or the front of me going to the back. You know how you get high, you get the body shiver like, woo. Yeah, I got that. I ain't get that in a long time. I forgot it, bro. I
Your
forgot.
back.
No lie. One more time. I mean, one more thing too. The thing about weed, bro. If you got some shit to do, you're not even thinking about smoking. You're not even thinking about going home and smoking. You're so present where you at. You're not even thinking about smoking. Oh, it's weird. It's weird, bro. I swear to God, it's weird. I didn't
Times
even
the
notice.
weed though,
I
man.
was thinking about weed till I got home.
That's what they call chronic, man.
My,
You got a
my
problem.
back
You need to call 1-800
feels
Weed
weird.
Anonymous. Get some free counseling. I'm just saying. No, just kidding.
You mean you've never been at work and thinking, oh yeah, after work I'm gonna, light one up and just chill.
Yeah, like I do that, but then it'd be like, man, like, I'd be high as I can still work and shit, good as a bitch. I can still work good as a bitch, but I'm not all the way there. It's like the second player is doing the first player shit, while the first player is just relaxing. But if I don't smoke before work, we all is one person. The second nigga and the first nigga, we is here, and that allows us to move like turbo because we so like united and shit. If I smoke like before work, it'd be like, damn, wake up! I can't see your eyes or some shit like that. So I'm like, you know what? What about like not really hitting the bowl type shit? And then you know what I mean? And I went to work type shit. It was like the environment was a little stressed. Like people was all tense and shit. Everything was good, bro. And I wasn't even thinking about smoking. Like, oh, damn, I gotta take a smoke. Like it was somebody there, like, yo, I'm trying to go smoke. I'm trying to go smoke. But my mind wasn't like, yeah, me too. It was just like, we here, we here type shit.
Yeah, I don't even like to do that. I don't know. I don't like to smoke at like when I'm about to go to work no more.
Yeah, I smoke way less that I've been working.
You be so occupied, you don't be
Yeah,
tripping
you
off
be
that
so
shit.
occupied. You ain't got free time. You ain't got free time to just roll up, spark
Yeah,
up.
you'll be on that natural high and shit. Just riding that natural high and shit. But then as soon as I get home though, I smoke like 5 months.
Oh shit, 5. That's it. Man, catching up.
Bro, I swear to
It
God,
don't
that
be that
experience
many.
was fucking.
I'm exaggerating.
Yeah,
It be
same here.
about 3 or 4. Sometimes 2. Sometimes it don't be none. Sometimes I don't even be tripping. I don't think I like to be high at work.
sometimes I don't mind it because I can just be like, it's way easier. Not like it's not easy, but it's easier to just like get out of get out of there. I don't know how to explain that, but like get out of there. Like we don't even feed into the stuff really, really type shit. And we high as a bitch, just like this thing is dripping. Oh, shit. If you're too high to even do all that extra responding shit and shit, you just kind of chilling and just doing your work and shit. That's like the only thing. And you go like a little, not you, but I go like a little slower. I can tell the difference. It's not like slow, but it's like a little slower. Like, okay, I might have to put a little oomph into this type shit so I could catch up with myself.
How about interference with memory though? As in maybe you're gonna be cooking filet fishes instead of chicken patties.
Nah,
For myself,
if I smoke in the morning before I go to work, by 12 o'clock, I'll be tired in the motherfucker. I would it's like I just get the
I'm ready to
yawning.
go now, bro.
Yeah, it's like I'm ready to just go home right now. But if I just don't smoke, I'll be cool.
Oh, I gotta do this. All right, cool. Oh, you need me? All right, cool. Cool. You high? Man, that's a lot of shit right there. That's a lot of shit.
Can't be smoking that indica in the morning. I don't even smoke the herbs in the morning anyways, but if I do,
That's
I'll
the
smoke
worst part about it. That's all I like to smoke
Keep me
too. I
going.
like the indica.
Lunch, no breakfast.
That's the worst part about it.
And then when I reach home, or maybe throughout the day, I might smoke one spliff while I'm out. But usually I don't. Like you say, true. I mean, people like think I sold out and shit. 'Cause I don't smoke weed like I used. They're gonna go off and smoke. I'm like, I'm cool. They're like, what? You used to smoke chronic, man? Like an ounce a day? Yeah, fine. No, man, I'm good. When I reach home or something, then I like to enjoy my spliff when I'm at home.
right?
No nothing. It's different, man. I don't know. And yeah, man, I love smoking weed. Ain't nothing against weed, but when there's business to do, I mean, before I didn't give a fuck. I'd go in stinking like weed, disrespect people. I didn't give a fuck. But now I don't know. I don't like to fucking, especially when I'm encountering people that I've never met before. Some people, even though marijuana is legal, they judge me by the way I look. They don't see my wallet or none. I dress like a homeless bum, but I do that on purpose. You know what I mean? But then when they smell weed, they judge you different, man. But I mean, out of respect to them or to the people that's with them, acquaintances, I try not to be too fucked up. But people come to meetings drunk, fucking, you can see cocaine on their fucking nose and shit. They don't have respect. But I mean, nowadays I
What's
don't
up
smoke
with the
that.
green buds? What's up with it, wild man?
I don't smoke.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
know
when you used to like
I ain't
just
gonna lie,
flip in the
we
day,
was
you
talking
know,
about
this
what's
guy.
the name, and then Khan
Habit.
came in and
I
changed
broke
it
my habit.
all up.
Oh yeah, my bad. I'm so fucking
What we
sorry.
talking
No,
about?
it's good
What
though,
we
cause
talking about?
you
No, blame it on Big Chill. That was
a
me.
good topic. That
Never
was a dope
known,
topic
man.
right there.
Yeah, I didn't know what you guys were talking about.
That was a dope
I
topic
didn't
right
catch
there,
that.
though.
My bad. Ran it right off the fucking main track into a side quest, bro.
Side quests are good. You got to power up.
Doing that, bruh.
Because everything is everything, man.
Yeah, everything is all we were saying was, are you are you playing the game or is the game playing itself?
Depends if you're
Oh,
aware or
you're the
not.
game that's playing itself.
Game playing itself.
Interesting.
You think you playing the game
Said the
because it's just
game
like
is
an
playing
aspect
itself.
of the game that's aware of what it
The
can do or
game
something.
playing
But like it's still
motherfucking
the
self.
game that's playing itself. It's still the game playing itself.
Okay. What I'm gonna add is there's a part of the game that's automated. Okay, but when one is aware in this game, all I've been made aware of is options of choices are represented
Cause
basically
ain't no
to
motherfucking game playing me.
the preference of what was I gonna say? Anyways, yeah, it's almost like when one is not aware, then the game shall be playing them. Be assured, if somebody's not aware, they're being puppeteered by the system because they're making not aware choices. Even though there are choices, still the game that's sort of overriding the better choices, sort of keeping them in base reality. That's what I want to say, right? When one becomes aware, they go to a different level to this game, and they have more options of choices that is beyond the base reality of other things being represented, like a more progressed level in the video game. Boom, here you get access to a nice feature of a futuristic type of teleportation module or something. and then you can go anywhere you want in the video game, even to older levels, not traveling the distance, but actually just going, I'm going here, boop, you're over there, rather than going across the whole chessboard game.
Yeah, but you know what it kind of remind me of though, Singularity? Is like if the water up a stream is floating a certain way, right? It don't matter what's swimming, floating, uh, in that water is gonna fly. It's gonna go the same way as that stream is going. It don't matter what it is. It's gonna flow with it because it's just flowing with the stream. Even if it decides to swim the opposite way, it's still gonna be in that water.
Yeah.
Like so, it's like all the things that we think we're doing, most of them have been done before. Even though we're looking at it in a different way, we still, got our thoughts and these ideas of what shit is and what it should be from somebody else. Like all of it. And we said, okay, this is the right one for me. Oh, this is the right way of thinking for me. It was already out there. We didn't have to go and look for it.
Right.
And
This is what
the psychedelics is your God hand snatching your ass up out that flow real quick,
Yeah,
like shake it, like,
fast.
hey, remember? And then they put you right back, and then you say, oh shit, it ain't real. All right, I'm gonna let the shit flow where it's going.
Yeah, yeah. And it don't matter what it is. Spirituality, that too. That's part of the same flow.
right.
So it's like, but
Hey, Singular, I like to look at about that.
no, go ahead, Con, go ahead. Cause they loud over here.
No, I like to think about that shit like the puppeteer nigga who got the strings on his fingers, and like the more strings he got, the more he can make the puppet do what he want to do type junk. I think like when we level up, or like, hey, we thinking conscious now. Okay, and I'm gonna explain why I'm even saying it like this too. I feel like the more you level up, the more strings you got on your finger. I'm not saying it as a limitation way, but it seems like the more you know, the more you are able to control or have you know what I mean, kind of thing. It's like, oh, I know, like person A might just be like, I'm gonna just put the cookies in the oven, like that's it. Another nigga might be like, okay, this temperature seems a little too hot, so if I put the cookies in there, it might burn. Like this nigga is thinking like with more data, as opposed to this nigga. But it always seemed like the person who like got the most data, sometimes it's harder to make a decision when you got more data. You got a lot of strings attached in junk. You're like, oh, I'm looking at it this way, this way, this way. This nigga just throwing the cookies in the oven.
Yeah.
You over here doing math like I'm taking all the data into accountability. You know what I mean? It's like it seems like the niggas who are leveling up it's not that it's harder, but you got way more control type jump as opposed to person B. You got the same amount, but you're just using more because you're just using more data or some shit.
A little more
I think that's how
energy.
we call it, like
And then it's
leveling
like
up.
in the end though, they both just putting the cookies in the oven. Like it didn't matter how they did it.
Yeah,
That's
one
the
nigga just
top the top
about
thing. Yeah, it's like y'all still put the cookies in the oven. Like you got it done, but you had your own way of doing it. You did it
I
that
put
way.
my cookies in the oven faster than you, better than you, neater
Feel
than
me?
you.
Someone was talking cookies
Right.
and smoking
What-
cookies too.
What you're defining,
What's up,
Cam,
Woody? Nice
as
chat.
more control would
Might
be
as well come in the chat.
more options for a better result,
Right.
but
Welcome. What's
for the
happening?
better result, but one must also be aware of the better options of choices to make to get to the better result that I define the end result of one's choice. So control, I've realized something. Yes, the control that people perceive to have in this dimensional experience is actually all options represented. So, for my understanding, the control, if somebody has better control, he or she has made better options of choices that lead to the more desirable end result experience.
Yeah, but control isn't always the answer. Sometimes you got to lose control to take control or get control. You know what I'm saying? In sports and stuff, man, you can try to maintain yourself at a certain level, but sometimes you just got to, man, push yourself, man. So, sometimes you got to lose control. I'm just saying. I mean, I'm not saying that's my opinion, but I'm looking at it on that angle also. Control sometimes cannot always be an advantage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
When
there
you
is
got too
no.
much, it's like choosing 50 different flavors of ice cream. Imagine you go to an ice cream shop, it's 50 different flavors,
What's up with it?
as opposed to the one with
Shit.
3: chocolate, vanilla, or
Right.
strawberry. You're like, oh yeah, nigga, I like chocolate. If you go to the one with 50 flavors, you might be like, I'm gonna just stick to what I know. But there's a good possibility you might look at all the other ones like, what's this one? I never heard of ashtray. What kind of flavor is that? Okay, we definitely not trying that one. Oh, look at that one. That one say blueberry though. It's way, you know what I mean? You got more data, but sometimes it's harder to make a decision with more data. This
Right.
NPC, or not what we, but what the niggas will call NPC, these niggas is not going off of like a lot of data perceptually. I'm not saying they're not, but the perceptual thing is like, oh, they're not thinking. They're just going with it. But that's like God mode. You're just going with
Yeah,
it.
you
You're not
just-
even trying to put all these strings on the puppet to control it, to
We all
get it to
got
do
it.
what you need it to do.
We all got
It's
it.
already
So
doing what you need it to
decides
do.
what you're gonna do with it. What you do
Yeah.
with it, what True does with it, what Shiva does with it, what Digital Frequency Brother does with it. You know, we're all getting it. We all got it. We're here.
Yeah.
We all got it. Can't say I didn't know. I don't know about this. I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
You didn't believe in it, but you know everything. You know everything I know. You know what I know. We're all part of the same fucking realm where I don't want to say intelligence, but almost everybody's equal. At a word of a speech, you can just ask your phone and you can get answers. To be a doctor,
You what's the
physicists, you
name?
can get anything. So we're all
Yeah.
equal. We
Yeah,
all
so
got
it's
it.
like,
But what you gonna do with it?
but
What you gonna do with it?
but we don't see the equalness in each other because we in different, we in different bodies. So we don't even see the equalness. I just see the love that I have.
Yeah,
You
but I'm
know,
just talking
your love, I
information-wise.
can't say what it is, but I can,
Well,
speculate
that's another
on it.
level. You want to talk about love, then yeah.
No, I'm just
your love.
saying, like
It could be
any
the
way
level of
that I
my love.
feel or any way that I look at things, my love, my hate, my passions, my everything. You have the same things that I have, but they're just different. Like you have a passion for this and I have a passion for that. But it's still passion. Because when I do what I'm doing, it give me this feeling, but when you do it what you doing over there, it give you that same feeling that my passion is giving me.
I'm numb, man. I haven't felt any emotions since 1776 when they formed the United States of America. So, I'm different like that. I'm a time traveler. I haven't felt emotions. What you guys did to the natives, it's weird. But anyways, but sometimes you got to be like that. True, you got to be numb and no emotion, man. You know, like he's saying about control.
And that's
You gotta control.
exactly because we all gonna be numb towards the things that we feel like we should be numb to. Like your numbness is just gonna be a little bit
Numb
different than
emotion.
mine. You gonna be numb to
That's
that over there. I'm gonna be numb to this.
what you do with it, man.
And we both
What
gonna go, man, that ain't you. You shouldn't be numb to that.
And that's why the old people tell you, man, ain't nobody to you're fucking complaining. Oh, this person, that person. Oh, because of this person. Oh, because of her, she. That. And then your grandfather, your uncle tells you, yo, man, ain't nobody to blame but yourself.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
You don't
you,
understand that. But when you get 40 years old, you're like, fuck, now I understand that. It ain't their fault. It was my fault. I allowed them to get to me. You know?
Right.
You just allow them
yeah,
to do certain things. Because without your permission, ain't nobody can do nothing to you, man. You put
nothing.
yourself in positions. You
Hey,
can leave at any
nothing.
point. You ain't got to rob that bank. You ain't got to go do that home invasion. You could have left at any time.
Some people got to though.
Yeah.
They got to,
blood
because
in
if they
blood
don't
out.
do it, we ain't gonna know we ain't supposed to do shit like that. We ain't gonna know what kind of trouble you'll get in if you do it. So they gotta do it to show us you shouldn't do no shit like that.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Oh shit, because if not, shit, it's gonna be a first time thing. Like think of the first motherfucker that hit a big ass lick. That hit a big robbery, Robin Hood, or you feel me, way back when.
Mm-hmm.
Take a poor person and just make them rich. They gonna be like, such shit. Some people gonna take that risk, gonna take that chance.
Yeah, but you know those times when shit went sideways, you had that feeling from the jump, yo, man.
Yeah,
Something just don't feel
yeah.
right. Something just don't feel right. Something just don't feel right. You never made it happen because you kept that paranoid shit maybe to yourself, and then something fucked up. Something fucked up, it didn't
Yeah,
go good. But when shit's going smooth, you're like, yo, I feel it. I mean, I don't want to say this is easy, but yo, it's well planned. Everything goes smooth. You ain't worried about
yeah.
nothing. But when you get that feeling like, yo, man, something don't feel right. Yo, bro, I'm going to get a coffee, man. Next thing you come back, holy mac, SWAT and everything. Lucky you left.
Man, and it's crazy, bro. We just make some wild choices in life. What do you say? Vegetable television, right? True. That sounds very. What?
What
I
you
don't
say?
get that. I post Discord sometimes. You got to come in and say what you're trying to say so you can
What you
explain
really
it a
saying,
little
man?
bit
What's
further.
happening, YouTube, man? What's happening? What's happening, man?
Cause yeah, and it's wild, bro. I don't think we all gonna ever come to terms to where it's just gonna be like dummy peaches and cream. What if this was the golden years though? Cause they say the golden years was a long time ago and all these other periods of time, but what if this was like actually the golden years right here?
What you
It is
making?
actually.
You
It
have.
is actually. We're arriving to
These
what
are
I
my
define
golden years, man.
people could tap into their higher self, or I would define different. It is, the technology that is being introduced is bringing in the golden years. Some people fear the technology. I already know I'm synchronized to all the technology. I know I have my
Yeah,
own copy Earth that I'm regulating. My experience sphere to this existence is my sector is one's own sphere. Everybody on this dimensional plane of experience has their own copy Earth to regulate. Not defining you control no one or nothing. It's just the actual screen is your own copy to regulate the molecules and particles. So it is the golden age returning because the technology that is being introduced has a dual band function. It can either be hell or it could be heaven. It can either be hell and one can tune it really dark, amplifying the frequency field through all the technology, or one could realize, hey, all the technology is like tuning forks and it's amplifying my thoughts because this is what this technology is actually to design. It's amplification of energy fields, frequency fields. Look at CERN. It's a particle accelerator, increase of frequency.
Collider
CERN.
too. Forgot about the collider part, right?
So they say it's a collider, but I can tune it to do whatever I want it to do. It's my molecules
Well,
and
that's a pretty
particles.
big task itself. I mean, to
Sometimes
make particles travel at a fast point, I mean, they can do that, but I mean, to make them collide and stuff, and I mean, that's pretty crazy. Whether they're doing it or not, I believe they're doing it, creating black holes, creatures. I remote viewed to a facility around CERN, and they got like giants and creatures that, when they first started doing it, they opened up dimensions inside the circle, and there was a lot of military, and I don't know why they were there, for security reasons. Who knows? But apparently, rumor was they captured some creatures that came through certain portals, and there is a facility around there, and they have like non-humanoid creatures, and not aliens either, like people from dimensions, not aliens, because they got a treaty with the aliens. These are creatures like from like Greek mythology times, man. Half god, half human, but they're not half god, half human. They're just creatures from another dimension that came through the portal. And some are animals too, like that we've never seen before. Like I want to say half deer and a bear and a fish. How the fuck are you gonna put that together? But it's some weird combinations of these creatures, man. You know,
Right.
around Syria, yeah, man. Not inside the circle. It's outside the base. It's not too far from there. And it's not no government facility run by any specific government. Because times I remote viewed there, I've seen patrolled by like different Canadian, American, Korean, some different kind of peoples that are there too, man. So it's a worldwide thing, you know. And apparently
Yeah.
those are where the giants of Afghanistan and Iraq are. Like when they catch them. And a friend of mine was saying that's where he thinks they're putting the Bigfoot. But I'll be honest with you, when I remote viewed, I never saw Bigfoot because I tried to look too. Never saw no Bigfoot. I never saw no creatures on this planet. There were some different kind of creatures I can't even. If I could draw, I'd be amazing, but I can't draw for crap. Purposely, of course, due to the things I witnessed. I can draw what I saw. I would convince the world, But I can't even draw a straight line. I can't draw a stick man. But that's because of the program. programmed
He
me
said
not
I
to
can't even
illustrate.
draw the stick man. You
Yeah,
you
I
can't
can't.
explain to an artist what it looked
Oh yeah, I
like
can
so that
explain.
they can
Oh, bro, I'm a newfie. We're storytellers, man. We tell our stories with sound
tell
effects, with
everybody.
details. It takes us 2 hours to tell a 5 minute story. So definitely, I can tell in detail for sure, for sure. And people has illustrated what I've said and showed me exactly what I saw. You know what I mean? But then those pictures, in my garage or in my storage unit, mysteriously disappear.
Oh
So
yeah, you
I
hid them
give
from
up.
yourself.
Mhm.
What if you hid
So
them from
they
yourself?
find them and they take them, man. So I mean, I ain't got to prove nothing to nobody, man. It's all good. You know what I
It
mean?
is all good.
No,
Yeah, man. It's all.
And I want to return to what True Fam was saying.
I
I truly
believe you.
believe for some of us that are progressed, it is the golden age where all probabilities, possibilities, and variables
Yeah.
are accessible.
Hey, well, everything is like kind of accessible. Like,
No, you're limited by your
it's
choices,
crazy
man.
how, as a whole, how we create things and like really make it into what it is. Because we said that we all, prophesized this or whatever you want to say, saying this was the age of Aquarius to where the dark was going to come to the light. It's like once we said that, everybody opened up and started spitting truth. It's like, you want to know the truth about this? Look, this is what it is. Oh, you want to know the truth about this? This is what it is. This is the age of where the light is going to be brought to the dark. I mean, the dark is going to be brought to the light. Like, we agreed on it, and now we all doing it. We exposing paperwork on snitches. We exposing
I mean, snitches are cool
everything.
now. Fuck. 6ix9ine
Everything.
and Kodak did a
Everything.
song. He played.
Huh?
Snitches are cool, man.
Well,
Snitches are cool now. Come
snitches
on, man.
been cool. Snitches
That's what
been
I mean. Yeah.
snitches
Niggas
been
snitch.
look. Every hood that had a snitch in it. Ain't
Snitches
nothing
be
new.
bitch.
Yeah, I'm just saying. It's just being real. You know?
Everybody's a snitch. Jay-Z's a snitch. Snoop Dogg's a snitch. Everybody's a
Every
snitch,
it's
man.
not one
Anybody,
spot
call him
right
hip
Nigga
hop
now.
said
person. I'll say
Jesus.
even our great Nas is a snitch, man. These guys got
Yeah.
there's paperwork on everybody.
Yeah.
So
It's a hell of paperwork on Jesus.
yeah, I don't
What
know,
you
man.
mean?
Remember, he's the
He got a whole
non-snitcher.
book.
Not
Damn.
snitcher,
What?
not snitcher. I'm not saying he didn't snitch, but if snitching's a sin, then he probably did it.
You
And if
know,
snitching ain't a sin,
you
then he
know
probably
who
snitched on everybody.
Nah, bro. The first snitch was
Dude.
Judas. Judas was the first snitch.
How about if Jesus was like a KBG agent?
He's the first one to get Popeye. I know, right? I know, right? Judas was the first snitch, though. He snitched on Jesus. That's some cold shit for some silver. Snitched
No,
on the
man.
boy.
Adam was the first snitch. The snake done fucking breeded Eve, and Adam went and tell God, the snake screwed that girl you left for
What's
me.
up, E.T.?
You know what I'm saying? He snitched on the snake, man. He's the one snitched on the devil, man.
Out the
The devil didn't
way.
fall.
E.T. Man,
I-
Big Chill. E.T. said Gucci Man wasn't a snitch, so they cloned him and got him out the way.
I don't.
How about this?
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, how about this?
got
Okay,
That
pardoned-
nigga
you
ice
understand?
he got
cream
pardoned
That
cone.
nigga
by,
is
uh,
Hopskin. Hopskin, what's his
got
name?
pardoned by
That's who.
Trump too.
Hopskin play Gucci Man.
And that other girl that sits on Rock Nation, the one of Jay-Z's top girl, the other girl that Trump friggin' gave a pardon, she was an FBI informant. Do your paperwork, man. Chill knows all these things, eh? I'm not gonna drop no names because I don't want to be sued. But yeah, Jay-Z, that girl you always see behind Jay-Z, that girl you always see her. She's the one of the vice presidents of Rock Nation. Just 4 years ago, before when all that stuff happened, she was an informant for the FBI, man. And when Trump got up there, I don't know why he did a favor for Jay Z, but Jay Z must have paid Trump some money because that was one of the 16 people that Trump pardoned. You only heard about Kodak Black and this person, but you should see the other
Yeah, I
list
didn't. Yeah, I didn't hear that.
that Trump pardoned. And it was the lady from Rock
Person
Nation.
playing
Yeah,
Gucci
man.
Man.
And some serious people are after her, but when you're in Jay Z's circle, you don't even
Gucci.
smell. They can't see her. You just see her in pictures.
Oh man, but do you think they cloned Jay Z though?
If you know who Tata
Big
is, if you
Chill.
guys know who Tata
Big
is,
Chill.
Tata.
Do you think they cloned Jay Z, bro? Did they clone Jay Z?
I
Is
don't know if
Jay-Z
there's
a
like a
clone?
full invasion of the body snatcher
He ain't
vibes,
aging.
but
That's for damn
definitely he
sure.
got some of that
No, I
human
don't
growth
think so.
hormone, HGH.
What's
And
up
when
with
you're
it?
dealing with
The
foreign
brown
human
brown.
compound, it has to change you. Like if I'm going to take your human growth hormone, true, from your baby fetus, I'm sure that would make me start being maybe showing some features of people in your family. It's like I'm a cannibal because this thing comes from like a baby fetus, this human growth hormone, and you see that it actually is proven that it reverses the aging process. Like you can look 80 years old, take HGH for 6 months, and you'll look 40 years old again. Look at Mickey Rourke. Look at Sylvester Stallone. Look at Jay-Z.
Busta
These guys don't
Rhymes.
age
Yeah, a
because
lot of
they have
it's a lot of them.
human growth hormone, man. I'm not lying
What
to
do
you.
you don't age? I see
I
Sylvester
don't know about
Stallone. He
that. That's
looks
crazy, bro.
like a California raisin, man. He's
Look
bagged
at
out.
Sylvester
Who?
Stallone 10 years ago. He was looking rough. Now you look at him in his HBO series and Cree and stuff. He started taking the HPH because he had cancer and he
Who?
had to fight the cancer with the human growth hormone. And then he stuck on it. It makes him good. Look at Mickey Rourke. 10 years ago, Mickey Rourke looked like he was on heroin. Fuck, or looked like he was going to die. Now Mickey Rourke looks like he's 20 years old. I just seen a movie with Mickey Rourke. I'm like, no, this has to be old movie. I looked 2023. I'm like, what happened to this guy? Last time I seen him 10 years ago, I thought he was dying.
Yeah.
He was losing his muscle, and now he's got
But
muscle because when
I
you're
heard they had
60
like a
years old,
cream though.
you can't maintain testosterone.
I thought they had like a cream that they can like rub on them and
Yeah, that's that. What is that stuff? That's that Jewish foreskin cream, right, or something?
I
Yeah,
don't
that's the
know.
foreskin cream. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Foreskin cream. I really
Yeah,
ain't trying to
that's what
use
Jay
that.
Z. That's what Beyonce, all them is using. Yeah, some African foreskin. No joke, true. You'll see it. It's real
I
shit.
didn't know Jay Z like met Beyonce when she was like 15 or 16. I never knew that shit.
Hey, don't forget about Aaliyah. Eh? Jay Z was in on
Yeah.
Aaliyah too. I mean, everybody was dealing with Aaliyah. That's why him and Damon Dash was sort of vexed because
Yeah.
Dash was courting her. Then Jay Z tried to swoop her up and try to seduce her. He might have did something bad with her. I'm not saying he did, but then Dash got upset. Dash swooped her back up. I mean, DMX swooped her after that. Everybody swooped her up, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
R.
Hey, it's
Kelly.
my turn.
But
My
Jay Z
turn.
was in there. Jay Z was in there with
It's
Aaliyah
your
too when
turn
she
for
was
what?
young.
You got a
He wants
bingo?
Aaliyah. She's dead, bro. Aaliyah's dead. You gotta die this year, man.
You said
God
Sweep
bless
her
her.
up.
That's wild. I ain't gonna lie. I don't think they cloned Jay-Z. I ain't gonna lie. And the only reason why I think why type shit, not even like, oh, I'm a big fan. How could they do that? No. It seemed like this nigga always played ball.
Yeah.
It seemed like this nigga always played ball. You know? It seemed like I never saw a time to where it was some crazy shit. That I know I wasn't alive that long, don't get me wrong. But I don't remember a time where niggas was like, this nigga on some crazy shit.
Yeah,
Or
Have
this
you ever
nigga
seen
doing this, he
pictures of him
on
when
dress.
he's 16, 17? He's
Yeah,
a
you
googly
never
eyed,
really-
none of that.
confused guy. He don't look
This
like
nigga
Jay-Z
playing
now.
crazy ball, bro.
Well, I never
This nigga
followed
doing
Jay. I
refereeing.
never followed Jay, so I wouldn't even know.
Jay's
I ain't
real.
even gonna hold you.
Jay's real. When he
I
was
never
16,
followed him,
17,
so
he had 4
and
million
I don't
followers.
remember ever hearing no
Jay was
crazy
a
ass
hustler.
shit about him.
Jay's real.
Like
Jay's
ever.
real.
That's what
Before he
I'm
met
saying.
Damon,
That nigga
Everybody
before he
playing
met
ball, bro.
Damon Dash, he already had a couple mil. So I'm not saying nothing about where Jay-Z was real. 13, 14 years old,
Man,
15,
young
having cars. He's real. You know,
Jay-Z ain't Jay-Z ain't woke.
there's people from his hood. I mean, he don't come in his hood now, but you know, before he got into this rap
You
game,
saying it like
he was
Jay-Z
already
woke
real.
or something. Jay-Z ain't
You know, and he was a
woke.
young real kid. He was like 15, 16, stacking millies. So that's pretty crazy. You know what I mean? That's like
So they
Baby
say.
down in New
Lil
Orleans,
Wayne,
14 years
Drake
old.
was
Yeah,
Drake was doing that.
Boy had 10 million at 14 years old.
Usher,
Baby.
Lil Wayne, like
Lil
you
Wayne,
said,
Drake.
yep. Romeo, Bow Wow.
Now, Romeo's a pussy, man. Trying to sue his dad and
what's
shit.
the
I
other
lost
boy's
respect for
name?
Romeo. Forget about Romeo, man.
That's
What do you
Soulja Boy,
mean?
but I think he was a little
Hey,
bit older.
Soulja
Romeo,
Boy's
when Romeo was young, Romeo was hard. I ain't gonna lie. Romeo was hard when he was younger. He had some dope songs.
I knew Bow Wow. When I seen Bow Wow too, I said, this kid is gonna he's gonna hook up with BET or do something. He did 106 in
Yeah.
Park, but I knew he was different. he was like a little Snoop Dogg.
Yeah,
I knew that
they both was
would be
hard though when they came out. I ain't
Bow Wow, because Bow Wow wasn't just a kid coming out nonsense, crisscross nonsense. Bow Wow actually had some lyrics, and you could see, holy, this little
Dang.
kid is famous at 12, 13
Yeah,
years
that's
old.
crazy because even Chris Brown was young, huh, when he first dropped. Like when
Yeah,
he
Chris was good
started.
before the crack. Before he
Yeah,
got on the
Chris
crack,
was
he was still on
young.
the crack. Before he beat up
Yeah.
Rihanna, he was good, man. But after that,
He's
it's like,
still good, man. Chris Brown on everybody's shit,
but he could have
bro.
been bigger. He could have been bigger. Even Ray J's bigger
Chris
than Chris
Brown
Brown.
bigger than Drake.
Ray J be making money, man. Ray J's making those
No,
money. Chris Brown didn't do
Chris
that shit.
Brown is way bigger than Ray J.
Chris Brown is not on the business part.
Bruh,
Music,
yes he don't gotta be on the business. Man, Chris
no.
Brown
Ray
on
J got Ray
everybody.
Bans. Ray J got those headphones. He just sold that. He's gonna sell the
Man.
headphones for like Dre Beats, man, for like $1 billion. But they're holding on to them so they make big
Nah,
money.
bro.
He's still making mad money with those headphones.
Man,
And Ray
that
J's
don't
invested.
Hey, what
Don't
up,
forget
Left
about
Hand?
the Kim Kardashian video, man. He's still making money off.
we went all the way from that to talking about Chris Brown and Ray J.
Exactly. What's happening? What's happening?
Hey, they're part of the program too,
We
right?
went all the way to talk about.
They're part of the
You
program.
see, the evil
Hey, you hear that,
spirits
Pam?
have entered.
They ain't even evil. They
The
ain't
spirits
even
of
evil.
let me restate that. The spirits of distraction.
Man,
No,
saw all these side
YouTube
quests
chat
like
asked the
Klein
question and
Khan
we
say and
answered
shit.
it, man.
Like we went on 1,000 side quests right now.
We
I was just
answered
throwing up.
questions from the YouTube chat, man.
I'm throwing up variables. That's all.
Like we went on every side quest.
Yeah, what happened to the video
Every
game, man?
variable,
Yeah,
exponent,
bro.
every
They-
logarithmic function,
We're
everything.
gonna carry the boats.
Talking about Jay-Z and we ain't shaking none of their hands right now. We can't call
you know what I
down one
always,
of them people.
you know what I always say to myself whenever I go review a video or certain articles or something, and I define this as how is this gonna help me in my ascension? Okay.
Yeah.
So usually I could catch these articles that are meant to distract people. Sure, maybe Jay-Z is, maybe Little Dirk and whoever is and isn't. I don't know. I'm not there, and I don't know if half the stuff or all the stuff is bullshit to inflate them to make them the image that people want, so they can get their attention and so forth. Their promotions, right? So they
Yeah.
attract people and vice versa. So. Yeah, it's interesting. Everything is
That's
interesting.
just hella interesting. It's hella life
So
tells
I
so
don't.
many stories, bro. That's just
The question was, do we
unlimited.
think Jay-Z was a clone? That's what sparked the
Yeah.
Jay-Z and that
Like-
stuff. We're just answering the question, man.
Yeah, we went deep into it though. Deep into the Jay-Z.
I think you're a
Frank,
clone.
not even
I
that
think you're a
deep.
clone, True. To be honest with you, I think you get cloned.
Nigga said, I
Whenever you
think
take
you're a
trip.
clone.
I
Whenever you
am.
take a trip and you come back, you're a new clone. I'm
Man,
just
if you
saying,
don't understand, look, if anybody in this place don't understand that they a clone,
Yep.
everybody is a clone. How could you not be? You, your mama,
I
and your
clone-
daddy, and your grandpa,
clone-
and your grandma,
I was just thinking that in my head.
and they grandparents. You is the cloniest of all clones.
Don't forget that space dust. Everybody has
That
it.
nigga said you the cloniest of fuck. You George Clooney.
Even the animals have
Nigga,
stardust.
George
From the
Clooney
beginning.
out here.
Literally the cloniest of all clones. Talking about everybody a clone. Look, he a clone. Hey, how a clone gonna call another clone a clone? That's some cloney shit right there.
You're a clone. You're a cloned clone.
Yeah,
In
double
actual
clone.
fact,
I'm a quadruple clone. I'm
when
like
somebody
Clone gonna call a clone a clone.
yeah, a clone gonna call a clone a clone.
so in actual fact, when
You
somebody
sitting up
makes a
there with your
better
mama
version of
hands.
themselves, upgrades themselves, it's actually they're making a new copy of themselves. You can make a new copy of yourself. It's easy. No
Yeah.
difference than check this out. This reality is no difference than copying and pasting on a computer. That's how fast it can happen, making a new version
Man,
of
I made
yourself.
5 copies of myself. They
There
all
you go.
different, but they still me.
Right.
I
But for-
ain't gonna hold
as-
you.
Go for
Go
it.
ahead, go ahead.
What was I gonna define? Oh yeah. Okay, you go ahead. I'll add that in later. It's not so much important. I want to hear what you have to say.
I ain't gonna hold you. There was a point in time where I was feeling like I had to hurry up and learn as much as I needed to learn, and hurry up and cram it in, because I felt like I was about to die or something. And
Uh,
I didn't know what this feeling meant. It didn't, not like, oh, I want to kill myself, nothing like that at all. But it felt like I need to hurry up and learn this shit before I go. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why do I keep getting that? And then one day I woke up and it was gone. It was
uh,
gone. And I'm thinking like, yo, either it was two things I was thinking during that time. Either A, uh, I got like conscious swapped, not like, oh, somebody took my no. It's kind of like that whatever conscious or persona that was going on before, it was like, okay, we get ready to go. Let's try to hurry up and get the last things in. Okay, now we going. And then I woke up like, I'm not even thinking about that anymore. I
yeah.
didn't pray, I didn't meditate, none of that. I just went to sleep, woke up, it was gone. Like that
You
whole
never,
feeling, that whole
you
like that
never.
being was gone.
Have
I'm
you
not
ever
calling it a
had?
being like
Have
an
you ever
entity,
had
but it was just
anybody?
like a feeling.
Have you ever had anybody close to you, like, one of the older ones that be trying to teach you all type of shit, and they be like, because I ain't gonna be here forever.
Yeah, that type shit. That
Yep.
type shit. That's
Yeah.
exactly what it felt like. A
So,
nigga was trying to learn. Like he was using, not he, but it was using me to learn as much as it could before it got out of here type shit. I didn't know when it was going to get out of here or what. It was like that feeling. I'm not saying that's
yeah.
exactly what it was, but that's the feeling I was getting from it. Because it felt like I just had to like hurry up, hurry up. And I'm like, why do I feel like that? There's nothing I need to, you know what I'm like? I wasn't doing shit. I wasn't doing nothing. And it was like, you need to hurry up. We need to hurry up. We need to go learn all of this, learn all of it. And I'm like, yo, what? And it only got weird because it didn't correlate with me. Like, yes, I learned about stuff like that, but I could feel like a whole nother like thing just come up and be like, yeah, we gotta do this, we gotta do this. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck? And I couldn't figure out the feeling. I could
Yeah.
feel like me and I could feel this thing,
Do you
whatever it is,
think?
energy, whatever.
Do
I
you
could
think
I
feel
gotta
as
ask
a?
you
me and
a
I could feel
question.
this thing.
Do you think as
Chameleon,
a?
I want to
Yeah, go
ask
ahead.
you
You go ahead. You go ahead.
a further question to what you're defining. So, in that reference in region, can you recall yourself becoming more aware with the information that you actually absorbed, or what changed? Like, did you? I'm just wondering, what was the experience? How do you define this? Upgrade you experienced? What was it? Wisdom and knowledge? Was it more awareness? Did something change after it left? That's my question. Did you feel
Okay,
different?
it went from like a I don't know the beginning of how it like started, but I do remember that feeling. And then I was like, okay, so we just kept like learning stuff or just doing stuff. And we were doing our everyday stuff, but we would try to like go and learn or come across more esoteric understandings to kind of like throw ourselves into that algorithm to kind of be exposed to more potentiality and stuff. I'm like, okay, okay. And then we just trying to learn. But it always felt
Yeah.
like it was never enough and not even to
Right.
satisfy me. But when I was playing this character, I guess from the aerial view, that character wanted to like try to get everything it could before it like left. Everything it could. You know how you want to trip? You can kind of
Yeah.
switch between the tripping you and you. Like, well, if you don't blast off, but like if you still here, you can kind of be like, okay, we like LSD. Okay, I want to go look over the waterfall, but you can go to your conscious, and your conscious will be like, wait, we know we might fall over because we leaning and doing all this weird shit. We just took, you know what I mean? Like you can tap into both of the yous, the tripping you and the you that's protecting you or something like that, whatever we want to call it. But this nigga, like, what changed after that? It felt like I either I got swapped or I upgraded. It felt like I
That,
upgraded type shit. Like it felt like I was lighter, and it felt like I was upgraded. If that
right.
makes sense. Not like, oh, I'm
Lighter,
charged up, but it felt like,
lighter.
okay, we got a new suit.
It's
Like it felt
wild
like, you
single.
know what I mean?
You asked the same question I was gonna ask, because I feel like every day, like, we grow and we grow into different people. The more information and the more things we come upon, we constantly change our way of of just being. I was going to basically ask that same question, bro. That's trippy.
Right, and Cam even asked, answer my next question was, or what I was going to ask him was, you felt upgraded. And what you're defining, you felt lighter. Yeah, of course you feel lighter because when your density, frequency, resonance increases, you actually feel lighter because you have less resistance, creating the more density frequency field to your molecules, to your vessel and experience of events, your vessel and screen that I define as your environment. So yeah, it was something that happened for sure, feeling like that because I can vouch for that. I can definitely feel the days my density frequency is less. I feel more heavy and laggy and not as fast as in my awareness of retrieving information of what's actually happening
How'd you
and
lighten
what.
it up?
Well, how do I lighten it up? Well, what I could define is with my thought of intent. I work on three energetic references regions, so we perceive the third eye, that is actually one's spiritual spark thought core. That's where the brain is. At the solar plexus and at the bottom of my feet, those three references and regions are what I define as major energy conduits. So what I do is I synchronize those three and I conduct the flow of energy downwards, clearing, actually not clearing, converting all negative fields and amplifying it back into my being, conducting it down though all the time, like into a portal gateway, like a black hole underneath my feet, a processor. And once I do that, it's like all the more density fields leave, and I can feel within seconds an amplification frequency to my energy. So it's like a lot of times is lower, what I define lower dense dimensional frequency fields that are densities attached onto people. Could be a attachment, it could be a walk-in, it could be a device, it could be corrupted code programming, it could be many variables. It could even be an etheric and astral weapon lodged in, causing a block, like a valve block into an energy conduit on the body, which would create resistance and decrease the frequency resonance. So I do a whole clearing from my top of my head with those three references and regions, with a portal underneath my feet like a black hole to even increase the gravitational field density more. So yeah, it can be done. Frequency tuning oneself happens fast.
Yeah.
Energetically, frequency tuning oneself could happen in seconds when one progressed easily. But the acceleration to also, when one increases in their frequency resonance, defines also certain efforts put into goals they may have or something they wanted to do is accessible easier, but it takes efforts and it doesn't happen like energy work. Though I can vouch for energy work, frequency tuning one's resonance happens in seconds and it can be sustained and maintained as long as one is sustaining and maintaining it. Sometimes it drops, sometimes it holds, sometimes one needs to hold it and develop a technique where they're multitasking, doing it all the time. But with increase of frequency resonance defines an acceleration to basically their molecules equals acceleration to whatever they may have perceived
So
in the past, dreams that were far fetched. I can't do that. When I hit a higher frequency field, I know anything is attainable and everything seems really easy to attain because the acceleration and also the awareness and the amplification of one's thought core that actually is the projection of what they want to attain seems a lot more close rather than further away. So what Cam was defining is, yeah, of course it does happen, and it's whether or not somebody's aware to identify when it does happen and to sustain and maintain that new field.
what's up, left hand led 23?
What's up, Lefty, man? Long time no see, man. What's up, Lefty? On five. Yeah,
Yeah,
Lefty's all
so
right, man.
so yeah, what do y'all think though? So is you living life or is life living you? But what if it's just both? What if you living life because
Yeah,
life
you
is
are
living
life
you?
living life.
Yeah, life is just yeah.
Yeah, man. You can sit back and go for the ride, on the horse, or you can grab the reins, man, and guide it where you want, man. But you don't always have control, though. You don't always have control.
It's
It
it's
may
a,
look like
it's
it,
a,
but
it,
it's gonna take you where it's gonna take you sometimes, is what I'm saying. You
it
could
be
plan for
dope though.
everything,
It be
and
dope
then all
though,
of a sudden, something happens that you never planned for. But it all leads. I'm all
cause
positive. I'm
it
all
be
about
dope
love
though.
and
Chill,
positive.
cause it feel like you do have control.
No,
But
I'm
like,
saying sometimes when you don't, something happens out of your control, and you think everything, oh, it's going to be bad, but then it always leads to better.
cause it's like even if
Even
you got your ideas and your different truths from somewhere else, you know, putting them into play, into reality. At the same time, you still putting them into play.
But if you believe that ain't nothing they can't do, it's all gonna be positive and love. Even if you end up in prison
Both
25
are
years, man, that's where your
thing.
so-called God
Yeah.
put you to be, and you gotta accept it. If not, then you fight it. But you're there because of the choices that you made in your past. It's very simple. The world isn't a free world. If you're old, you're limited by the choices you made when you were young. Okay, you can do anything. Sure, I want to be a police officer at 60. They're not accepting people after 40. So you can't be a cop. You know what? I want to be a brain surgeon
Uh,
at 60. You can't do it.
you
You
said
can't,
both
there's
are
no brain surgeons. There's certain
both
limits you have,
options.
is what I'm saying. You know, yeah, you got to be careful when you're young. Don't limit yourself, man.
Yeah,
Don't
that's
limit
what I feel
yourself.
like. When you're young, don't
Yeah,
limit yourself. You
yeah,
know.
man. Try things you never thought you can do before. Anything, man. You know, like that's the whole thing because it's when you push yourself is when you learn. Muscle does not grow without stress. First, you're fat. Then you stress that fat, and that fat turns to muscle, man. And you know what? That muscle weighs more than the fat, and it looks better too. I'm just saying, but it needs a lot of tension to make that fat into muscle. So called sorrow, misery, bad choices. But if you stay strong, you know, whether you have a plan or not, you know, you stay strong in your morals and not necessarily your beliefs, but your beliefs in your success in yourself, you will achieve because determination is also another quality
It's
that you need.
crazy because each height of achievement is gonna be different. Look through a different person.
I
Cause
know, but you
like
gotta
that, like
want
a
it to.
homeless
You gotta
person,
be
like
determined.
a person
That's why I
that's
say
living on the
perseverance,
street,
bro.
like a
Yeah.
person that's living on the street, they don't have the same achievements that you got.
They got a different life. They're getting in San Diego, LA, they're getting $600 a week or 2 weeks, whatever it is. They don't want apartments and getting, you know how much it
They
costs for a
feel,
1 bedroom apartment in LA? $2,500. They can stay on the tent and do all the drugs they want, and the
yeah.
government's
Out here,
paying
it's
them
like
to be
yeah, it's like
homeless.
2,000 now out here, 18,
Yeah,
something like
so-
that. Unless you go
but they're
downtown,
paying
then you talking
people to
about
be homeless.
25, 3,000, 3,500 for a studio and shit.
But bro, I seen this
Yeah.
documentary the other day. The homeless people are renting out their tents, bro. These guys are taking blocks and then charging people $200-300 to stay there every 2 weeks in the tent. So the people are leasing out the sidewalks.
Damn.
But it's the same people that are living on the streets. Like the guy
Yeah.
lives in a tent too, but he's leasing out all the other fucking tents. He say I
Yeah.
watched the documentary. He said he went and bought a $50 tent, and he said this $50 now will make me thousands of dollars, because I'll make three. I don't know what he said, $300 every 2 weeks or something. And
Yeah.
if the people he don't like them, he takes their money and he kicks them out, and then there's somebody else that will come, and he goes when they cash their check. He's right there, so he gets his money. Right away. It's like, man, this guy ain't selling crap. Well, they didn't
Damn.
show in the documentary he was selling
He
drugs, but
gonna what's
he
the
was
name?
hustling tents. He was hustling
After a
tents.
while,
I
he
was
gonna
like,
move up to a house and start hustling
that's what I'm
houses.
saying. Yeah,
He's a tent pimp.
but that's in Skid Row in LA, or it was either LA or one of those places. Can't remember because they were going back and forth. Because San Diego's pretty bad there too.
Yeah.
Uh,
I
all the
mean that,
burger
but
joints are pulling out. The
that makes
WalMarts are
sense
pulling out.
because you get
No
a
more
spot.
stores.
If you get a spot that ain't nobody messing with you at, it's like, oh yeah, it's gonna be a prime time location to be at. Cause you're not getting bothered. They ain't running up on your tent saying you can't be here or none of that. So it's like, yeah, why not grab a couple of them and rent them out?
Yeah, he's an entrepreneur, man. But that's what I'm saying. That's
Yeah.
perseverance, man. That guy's gonna make it off the streets. You know, he's showing initiative, man,
I
and that's what
really
you got to
Maybe
do
is.
he's
too. You got to show initiative, man. If you don't
Yeah,
show you don't care, people aren't going to invest in you, man.
that's
But you can
wild.
do it yourself. You don't need nobody, you know.
He
But
doing it
just
by
don't get
himself.
some felonies when you're young. When you're doing felonies when you're young, you can't travel the world. No other country is going to allow you to come there just because I got an armed robbery. So what? I robbed 2 banks. Yeah, but you ain't going to Canada. You can't go to France. You can't go to Africa. I think
Yeah, a lot of people
some
never left their own
it's
city,
messed up.
bro.
Yeah, and that's what I
That's
his
recommend to
trippy.
the young kids too. See the fucking world.
See the
See
world.
the world. You can't get a job somewhere? go online and get a job and go volunteer somewhere else. They'll pay for you to go there, pay your food, pay everything.
I
Volunteer
get
for 2 weeks, then they pay you. Definitely see the world, people.
Yeah, see
And
the world.
even us old people. Even I'm 51. Even
See
us
the
old
world.
people. If you got the opportunity, see the friggin' world.
Yeah, because us old people, some of us old people gonna try to hold you back. Why you going out there? They be kidnapping people. Why would you
Yeah,
even
well, I
want
mean,
to
don't be
leave
going
here?
to Colombia or Peru. I'm not telling you to go to crazy places where they're kidnapping Americans. Yeah, because Americans, Canadians, Western world, we got to be careful
Man, you
because
get
there's a dollar sign on our head. They don't kidnap
yeah, you can
Mexicans,
get
but
kidnapped in
Americans and
Canada.
Canadians,
You
they
can be
kidnap us.
a Canadian can get kidnapped in Canada. American can get
Uh,
kidnapped in America.
That's
It
like Britain.
happens
We
all
got
the
cameras
time.
everywhere. But we got cameras everywhere. True. You can't really. People try to abduct people in cars. A girl gets in an argument, and then the car gets pulled over on the highway. Like
Oh
true.
right.
yeah,
Like Canada is like UK. There's cameras everywhere,
we
bro.
got
We got
rights.
that CCTV everywhere. Well, I don't get to see it, but the
Oh,
police see
I
it.
didn't know that's where that was. I thought that was somewhere else.
They got cameras
I be
everywhere
watching the
here.
CCTV all the time, bro.
Well, you can hack it. Yeah, you can go online. Certain. I don't want to, but
Yeah,
yeah,
no,
you can
it's
see public CCTV.
on what is that? On Roku, if you just go to live TV, they got CCTV and you can watch it and they just play all the shit that happened, and it's a YouTube channel that do it too.
Yeah, because some Europe you can access the public stuff. I think
Cause
like there's
on
some highways they show, but
yeah,
like the streets downtown we can't access them. But you know the cop, like even when
yeah,
you
it
see
was
the
showing the
camera,
dudes
it follows you.
that was snatching the ATMs out the stores and shit. I
And
said you
now the
can't.
CCTV has facial recognition, bro, so they can
Yeah,
trace you
you gotta
all over the
be.
place.
Yeah, you gotta be on another level of stealing to just know that
Different
there's
kind.
cameras everywhere and still be trying to run up in something.
That's what
You
I'm saying, man.
hungry?
You can watch those
You
gangster
starving?
movies from the 80s and the 90s, but trust me, you can't live that lifestyle now because there's cameras everywhere. Everybody
Everywhere.
around you got a camera. People,
Yeah,
they don't go for their gun, they go for their camera and record because they want to be the next big thing on World Star or YouTube. Just from a
yeah,
little
they
clip
gonna
they can get
record that
rich,
shit.
instead of helping the guy that just got shot, putting an alternative around his arm so he stops the bleeding. You're going to record him die there.
I don't know that shooting at the Chiefs parade. They tackled that dude, man. He tried to run and get away. They tackled him.
Yeah, that's crazy. One person dead and like 17 hurt or some stuff.
More
Did
than
anybody
that.
else die?
It was
More
more
than that.
than
See, I never
one
heard of
person just died. It was a lady. She had like 2 kids, bro. And then it was like more than 17 people hit though by bullets.
Well, was it a beef or what? Was it a beef?
They ain't really said nothing on it yet. Not that I seen.
They never found. Now, when it happened, remember pictures one?
But
They had a parade right
they got the
downtown.
perpetrators.
Yeah. Somebody was killed down there too. They caught the dude, and then they had the cameras. By the next day, you heard all about it. Next little kid tried to jack a next kid, and the kid pulled a gun and shot the robbers that
Yeah.
tried to rob him. Holy, and this was
It,
like 20, 50 feet away
like
from
it's a
Patrona
Kansas City
Laboratories.
Chiefs parade. Why would you bring a gun anyway? Oh yeah, because you can't fight. I don't know. I'm just saying that might be one of the reasons, but I'm just saying it's a Kansas City Chiefs football parade. Why would you
Kansas
bring a
City,
gun?
bro. Come on.
It's like
KC,
nothing is
bro.
off limits no more.
It's downtown. You're going to a next man. Oh man.
It's
Oh,
live
everybody
on
had guns
TV.
there.
It's live on TV. Hella people
And you see,
recording.
that's how it is though. The man them jump him and they catch him. You know what I mean? It's not like man run. There's people that run, but then there's people that run towards the gun.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the one girl said her dad tackled the dude and he dropped the gun. She said she think it was a gun. It looked like a gun. It had to be a gun, but I don't know. He dropped
He saved
something.
people's lives. Yeah, man. He saved people's lives. And it was on camera. They got the tackle on camera. or
Yeah,
what?
yeah, they got it all on camera.
Buddy will be on Oprah. He'll be on Good Morning America.
Yeah, they was on every news station. It was his
Really
daughter
was.
mainly doing the
Good
talking.
for him.
It was his daughter
he can make it
mainly,
right.
and then like the first one I seen, it was him too though.
Drake will give him $1 million, man. I'll hook him up quietly. You know, Drizzy will give him $1 million. Sure.
Well, I said, yeah. I said they tackled dude though. I said that.
But I seen the parade.
But
They're all walking streets and stuff.
yeah,
Like that was silly, man. Like the Toronto guys were on a bus up high and this and that. These guys were on the street tapping people in the hand. They're lucky they didn't get poked or something. You know what I mean? When
yeah,
I saw that on the news, I'm like, what? That's how they're doing it in Kansas City? No wonder there was a shooting. Lucky some of the players didn't get shot. Was last year any problems? Because it's the second year, right?
yeah.
Was
I
there any
don't
problems
know.
last
I
year?
don't think so. I don't think so. You just gonna have a couple of dummies in every scene. That's just what it
But
is.
that's how it is in Toronto. Anytime a major team, the Toronto Blue Jays, the Argos, is one. Whenever they have the parade downtown, after someone always gets shot.
I was
It's nothing
watching one.
normal.
I was watching. McDonald's got sued for like 3.4 million or something like that. The game
For what?
plan itself, huh? Oh, because
They do now.
they hired a they hired a one of them like a child molester or something like that. I don't know, something
shoot.
like that, close to that source. And he messed with somebody in the
Registered sexual
bathroom.
offender, yeah.
He did something to somebody in the bathroom. And
Oh my word, man.
yeah,
No
so
way.
they had to pay up, and then I was like, God
The
damn, he
parents
set the
sue.
game plan
The parents
itself.
do some. Fuck. That's fucked up, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
McDonald's got to check that shit,
Yeah,
man.
somebody
That's
else has
corporation.
got
Somebody
law.
didn't check
It's
it.
somebody else got a lawsuit too on them because
How about if the sexual offender and the person that happened to them in the bathroom were in on it and they're wanting to
No,
make
it's
some
fucked.
coin?
But it's a little kid. It was a
it was a
kid, man.
child. Yeah, it was a
It was a
child.
child.
Maybe
So
maybe the kid's parents were in on it too. Told the kid, "Hey, we're gonna make lots of money.
I don't
You
think
gotta
so. I don't.
just say this."
Yeah,
Hey, you
nah.
never know these days. I'm just just representing
That kid, I think.
variables,
Yeah.
right? Maybe nothing happened to the kid. Maybe
That
the
would be a
parents are in
variable,
on it.
but
That kid's in
that's
on it.
what I was thinking about the one because it was like the girl, her first job working at McDonald's, and she got pregnant by a 24-year-old who was a sex offender that was working there and had a baby and everything. And now the mama is suing McDonald's
Oh, okay.
because for hiring that person.
Yeah, man.
Damn,
They
that's
hired
crazy.
That's her baby daddy. See, you're right, brother. The story thickens. You see.
But that's what I'm saying. He was already registered for the rest of his life. That's the thing. He said, because he said, but he's gonna be registered for the rest of his life. But he was already registered. He was already. They just didn't see it on the radar. And they
He's
still
probably
hired
manager
him.
at McDonald's.
Like they got an app though, which is crazy that you can go on the app and you can see all the registered sex offenders in your area. You'll be amazed. You'll be
Oh, yeah.
amazed.
Crazy, man. It's crazy.
They
There's
all
an area in Toronto by Hyde Park. It has the most registered sex offenders, I think, like in the world, closest to the schools. And it's fucked up. But it's all these halfway houses, and there's enough schools there. It's like Hyde Park and Bloor. You can see it. The arrows just everywhere fucking around it. It's a poshy
Yeah.
area, too. It ain't no ghetto. There's no ghettos around. It's right
Yeah.
by our Central Park, Hyde Park. It's a rich area. But there's these Victorian style houses that they put those people in it. But they're right on Bloor Street, like our main subway line, you know? Like there's police presence and stuff, but there's a lot of schools around there. And I was like, that makes no fucking sense.
Yeah,
But yeah,
no
my area
sense.
too, have them. Just look on the map and it'll show you.
Yeah.
It shows you, I think, where they live, their name,
Yeah, they
picture.
name everything, a
everything,
picture of them and everything. Give you the whole thing. You see everything about them right there. You just like, hey man, I seen this dude at the store.
But it's fucked up, bro, because if you
Like,
fuck with them,
one
and
of
they
them,
feel
I swear
uncomfortable, the
though.
government will pay for them to move, bro. and
Yeah,
give
but
them money
it's
to go
crazy,
out
Big
west.
Chill,
It's
because
fucked
I
up.
swear I could have
Like,
seen one of them at the school picking up some
oh.
kids, and I was like, nah, bro, I know I ain't tripping.
You ask him his name. You look on the fucking phone and you put it to his face. Is that you? Yep. That ain't snitching, true. That ain't snitching. When you rat out on a fucking pedophile, that ain't snitching, eh? You're lucky I don't kill you, but I'm calling the cops. So you stop right there. Let go of those kids. Oh, those are my nieces, my neighbors. You're not allowed to be around kids. Stop right there. Yo, this guy's a registered sex offender, eh? He's at a school grounds. Once you tell that to a teacher, yo, man, that ain't snitching, eh?
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, you better come call the cops
You
right
said
now, or
they
else
ain't
I'm putting this
snitching,
guy in
eh?
my trunk. That ain't
Levels
snitching,
to
man. On SAs, because we got to watch what we
GTA.
say on YouTube. We can't say those words. You got to say SA.
He
Don't
said
say
they got
those.
levels too, like they in
And we
GTA
can't say
for
the P
reals.
word either because you might get messed up. YouTube's really weird on that shit. They're being really weird nowadays, man.
Hey,
I got
that's
some.
that's 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 how they gotta be, cause you know, there's so many people making videos, and some of these dudes blow up
I got some
fast.
boys in DDOT that catch people, bro. They go on certain sites and they catch people, man, and they turn them into the cops.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know what the name of their channels are because YouTube keeps changing, and then they switch them up. But
yeah.
one
I
of my
was seeing
boys,
one.
Justin
You seen the
Payne,
one guy that was doing that and he got
catch 'em.
killed?
Yeah, yeah, some people get killed, but the Toronto guys ain't getting killed. Sammy
He got killed.
from PP Poachers or something, and then
But yeah, I seen it's
Justin
another
Payne.
one right
This
now that's
guy
been
chased
popping.
down the people true with no shoes. I don't know if he still does it, but he's been doing this shit 20 years ago. He's from West End, Toronto,
Yeah,
and
it's
an
an
incident happened with his daughter. But this guy, he was already on all the news all over because he doesn't like to wear shoes. He has a job. He's a construction worker. He's a great
yeah,
guy. And he just doesn't wear shoes in the summer when he chases these guys. So if you ever see this white guy but running down the street with no shoes on, you know he's chasing SA, you know? And
yeah.
it's his name's Justin Payne, man. He's a
He said
Canadian fucking
Justin
icon. I haven't
Payne.
seen him in the news in a while. Justin Payne, yeah. I don't know what's he doing because he does. I don't know if he's doing YouTube, whatever. But he catches people with other Toronto people, Canadian people. But he's been doing that shit for 20, 30 years before the internet. When it
Yeah.
used to be, remember the house line, the party lines on the house
Oh
line? Remember we used to
yeah,
call on the phone? Yeah,
yeah,
man. He was doing it from back in those days, bro. Catching different people, on the party lines.
yeah. On
Those
the
people are like,
party
what?
line.
Party line.
Yeah,
They don't
that's
remember that.
wild. But
Pick
I
up the
gotta,
phone.
I gotta head out though. Big chill. I'ma
All
holler,
right, my
man.
brother. It's been great, like always, man.
All right,
You
yeah.
too,
I'ma
man.
tap in tomorrow
Love and
sometime.
respect.
All right, and all right, YouTube. I'ma holler. I'm gonna pop in tomorrow. Got a lot to talk about, for reals. As